Welcome back. You're still watching the SABC's Prime News. Horror stories of bodies piled up in a butchery with some body parts missing are just some of the testimonies that are being heard during the live Esidimeni Arbitration hearings today.
4 families took to the stand, further highlighting the extent of gross ill-treatment and negligence as the sitting continues in Johannesburg. Families are seeking redress and closure about asking questions about how more than 100 mentally ill patients died when they were moved from life Esidimeni to NGOs.
A tragedy of massive proportions. 141 patients dead and still uncovering the truth. Anna Masombuka still battling to come to terms with her daughter's death. She died at the Takalani NGO while waiting for an ambulance.
We were very hurt. I don't even have words to try and explain how we felt. It's still painful even now.
Also grieving at the same facility, Boitumelo Mangena's mother, Raisibe, died 3 weeks after her transfer there. Mangena says she will never forget the conditions.
Around the ward, there were benches going around the entire ward. So the patients from Esidimeni would sleep on the benches. So they would all just sit upright on the benches. And those who couldn't find space on the bench would sleep on the floor.
Were there mattresses on the floor?
No.
Meanwhile, the family of another victim, Soli Mashigo, described how they found him piled with other bodies in a butchery which was turned into a mortuary. His eyes were gouged out.
There was another body on top of Soli. It was a boy.
And then another one,
And then the other one was a lady. And then I checked Soli. I first started in his head. I opened his eyes. Then it's when I discovered that Soli didn't have eyes.
Mari Collins watched her husband wither away due to a lack of care at the Mashigo home in Krugersdorp. His pants were often tied with shoelaces. She also alleged ill treatment.
Because at the back of his ankles you've got big marks like that. It's not shoe marks. It looks like they drag him where he wants to because he can't walk anymore. You've got marks on his forehead and on his nose. When I ask where is the marks coming from, they say he's falling. I say why? He was weak.
Well, as pressure mounts for more implicated NGOs to come forward and account, well, government has once again acknowledged that the deaths were unacceptable. And the calls for justice are expected to get louder next week as more families take the stand. Criselda Lewis, SABC News in Parktown, Johannesburg.